Welcome back to my final now video here for fall and winter week. It is Saturday, so we are here nearing the end of this week, which means sadly fall and winter week is ending today. That it really sucks, but we have next year as well. But this does not mean we will not have any more fall and winter videos. It just won't be as frequent because in this special week, the first week of August, we do it every single day. But as we now get into tomorrow, and then from now on tomorrow, we won't have these type of videos every single day, but we will still have them. So be sure to subscribe if you still want more fall and winter videos. I also did a winter forecast 2 days ago, which is still very valid, so be sure to check that out. But I'm going to have many more fall and winter videos and forecasts to come even after this week ends. Before we get into the video, please subscribe if you're new, especially if you really want to know about fall and winter, as it's August, so we're kind of at that time of the year where we start to merge into fall and winter. Also, be sure to subscribe if you really want to see the tropics videos as well, so we're going to be seeing hyperactive season. Hit the like button if you really enjoyed the video, and also hit the post notification icon so you get notified as soon as I do a weather forecast. Without further ado, let's go see who can see the coldest winter. Alright guys, here's now the summary here for the Enzo outlook. As you see, we are now under a La Nina watch, as we are very close to nearing that La Nina status of negative 0.5 on the chart there. But as you see, equatorial sea surface temperatures, or SSTs, are near to below average across the east, central, and eastern Pacific Ocean, which is exactly what you need. You need very cold temperatures off the coast of South America, all the way up into the central Pacific. If you don't have those cooler temperatures, you will not have a La Nina status, which is exactly what happened a couple weeks ago, where we went all the way up into a positive neutral because we had warm SSTs kind of disturb those colder temperatures there in the water. But it's back to now a negative 0.3 on the chart. So we're getting very close to that La Nina, which is exactly why we are expecting a La Nina watch. But here's something very to listen to. As you see, Enzo neutral is favored to continue through the summer, so it could very well possibly have a neutral as far as September, and then with a 50 to 55% chance of a La Nina developing during the northern hemisphere, fall 2020, and continuing through winter 2020 to 21. So there's around a 50% chance for a La Nina this winter. So the Enzo neutral and a La Nina are still at a 50-50 chance, but as you see, they are expecting a neutral to continue as far as by the end of summer, which is September, mid to late September. So we could very well stay at a La Nina or a neutral for a while here until we get to the fall, where we get to fall, which is after September. That's where we see that 50 to 55% chance for La Nina developing there in the northern hemisphere this fall. So a 50 to 55% chance is a very good probability. So they aren't super sure, or really, they're not extremely confident for La Nina fully this year. There's still that possibility we can see a weak negative neutral, which will still bring in almost the same impact. Just obviously SST play, it's a bit different, but they are expecting a fall by this fall, possibly a La Nina with a 50 to 55% chance. And if it does play out and it does become a La Nina during the fall, there's a 50% chance, around a 50% chance, that it will continue through the winter, this winter to 2020 to 21. So here's something to look at. As we look at the Niño Region SSTs here within the past months, look at this now. Just look at this huge difference. Let me actually pull up my Epic Pen here. I always forget to bring that up. I'm not exactly sure why I always forget to bring this up. But look at this. Look at this huge difference here. Look. So let's check out the Niño 3.4, which is exactly what we use to see whether we're seeing a La Nina or a Niño. That is including, here's Niño 3.4 right here. It's right here in the Central Pacific between Niño 4 and Niño 3. Those regions. So it's basically the central, kind of the Central Pacific, or like kind of between obviously South America and those areas of the oceanic continent. But look at this, something we need to look at. Look how we saw in April and May, we started seeing some very warm temperatures, and the temperatures here of the 3.4 Niño 3.4 region was near to above average temperature. So we were not close to a La Nina whatsoever there. And then look, so by May and June, we kind of went down, which is exactly why we went to under a La Nina watch. But look here, this is exactly why we are not really at a La Nina right now, because look at that, it went up a little bit. The SSTs went up. We had warm water coming to stir the cooler water, which is why we went up to a positive. We went up to the positive neutral just by a little. We went actually at 0.1. We were just at a positive neutral. And then now it's skyrocketing back down. As you see, it's skyrocketing back down. So we are back to near to below average temperatures. But what a ride. We went down in May, went down to the near to below average temperatures, getting close to that La Nina status. It stayed there, went down as far as mid-June. Then by July, kind of went straight up into that positive neutral phase. So really, La Nina was becoming less likely to happen this summer, but now it's skyrocketing back down. So really monitoring this very closely here, as we also check out Niño 1 and 2, 1+2, which is actually just off the coast of South America. We're also seeing some signs of getting towards La Nina as well, because the waters off the coast of South America are blowing down to below average, which is what you need. You need below average temperatures really off the coast of South America all the way up to Niño 3.4 region. Even Niño 4, you possibly need slightly below average temperatures. And look at this, negative 1.1 degrees Celsius as on average. That is a huge difference. That's a whole degree Celsius below average. Look at that, a huge drop. So we're seeing very brightening and very clear signs that we are nearing the La Nina phase. So even as far as Niño phase 4, we kind of started to see really warm temperatures as far as last year, and now they're starting to go down. The first time it's kind of gone down in a while since around June. So these are going back down. So a lot of the Niño regions are all going down. Actually, every single region. So the whole Pacific is really cooling down, or not the whole Pacific, but this whole central Pacific here in the Niño regions are cooling down, which is a great sign. We're possibly skyrocketing down to La Nina. So this La Nina can get here a lot sooner, maybe by September, but I don't see it becoming a La Nina by August. But this thing's really skyrocketing down number-wise, so it's getting very, very close to that La Nina phase as waters are really cooling down significantly. This is also something we need to look at here, the probability here on the ENSO outlook, which updated on, this is July 9th, and this is the latest update I found here. As you see, ENSO says ENSO neutral is most likely to continue through the northern hemisphere summer of 2020. So expect to have a neutral for all summer really. So right now we're still in summer, and as far as September 21st, we're still in summer. That's actually the fall solstice. Last day of summer, September 20th. So we're expecting to have this neutral for around just over a month. So expect this to continue to have a neutral for the rest of the summer. Really, it's really most likely, very likely. So really, if we have we really should expect to have a La Nina before that point. And then it says with a La Nina favored with a 50 to 55% chance beginning in between August and October of 2020 and continuing through the northern hemisphere of winter for 2020 to 21. So as you see, this La Nina could develop between August and October, which is actually going to make a huge difference, not only on winter, but also on the tropics. That will have a huge impact. That's a very big range. That's actually a lot. So it can literally become a La Nina by this month, or all the way up to October, which is in fall. So really big range to when this La Nina could very well form, but they are decently confident that we will have a La Nina instead of a neutral. As you see, a La Nina is favored with a 55% chance max for getting forming between August and October, and then continuing to go through the northern hemisphere for winter. Let's check out the models. So as you see, a lot of the models are favoring a La Nina probability. La Nina is dark blue and neutral is actually gray. As you see, El Nino probabilities are way less. We don't have a single probability for an El Nino that is over 15% chance. So El Nino's out of the picture here. It's between neutral and La Nina. So really looking at this very closely here. As you see, the majority of the models do see a La Nina having a higher probability than El Nino. As you see, the JFM shows a 45% chance for a La Nina and a 40% chance for a neutral. The DJF shows a 50% chance for a La Nina and a 40% for a neutral. And NDJ shows a just over 50% chance for a neutral, or sorry, La Nina. And then it does show a 40% chance for the neutral. OND shows just over 50% chance for La Nina and a 40% chance for a neutral. And then I see a lot of the models showing a La Nina probability just over a 50% chance, which gives a neutral also a decent probability. So it's kind of like a 50% chance for 50% chance for the neutral, or just over, and then just over 40% chance for the neutral. So really, it's a very close call. You see, look how close some of these colors are. Look how very close probability here. Very close here. Very close here. Really, this is kind of the biggest blowout right here in the JJA. The JJA shows around a 68% chance for having a neutral and a 30% chance for a La Nina. But as you see, it's between La Nina and neutral without a doubt. As we cross out the 50%, we cross the 50% chance. As you see, the majority, if you cross this out, the majority of the models the majority of any forecast that gets over a 50% chance is La Nina compared to the neutral. So really, between a La Nina and neutral, but if you kind of average this out, a La Nina is more likely based on these models here. Here's now a look, as you see here, to check out the model, the 3.4 SST's model outlook. As you see here we are right now at a negative 0.3. As you see, we've gone down a ton within the past coming weeks. The majority of the models do. Here's the negative 0.5. Anything that is above this is not a La Nina. Anything in between these lines is a neutral. So as you see, anything between here is a neutral. Anything here is a La Nina. Anything here is a El Nino. So that's that. As you see, where we are now, we are at a negative neutral, and the majority of the models do show it going to a La Nina, as you see, below negative 0.5. And you see a lot of the models are getting below this point, as you see. So we have a decent amount of models that do show it getting to La Nina, but we do have, I think, more models showing it going to a neutral as well. We have a 50-50 chance, like I said. Even the model outlooks, we aren't really 100% sure on this. As you see, we have a kind of almost an equal amount of models showing neutral for winter, or getting into the areas of getting into the months of probably getting into this winter. As you see here, we have November, December, and January right here showing in a neutral there. December, January, February showing in a La Nina, as you see some of these models there. So as you see, we kind of have a 50% chance from November here to around March. We have kind of this probability for having, if you kind of cross it out at this point, we kind of have a good chance for having either La Nina or neutral. I'll probably say there's probably a bit more models showing it getting to a neutral, but also there's a lot more models. Every single update showing in a La Nina. Every single model, we have more and more models getting to La Nina phase. So really kind of watching this out very, very closely here. Here's now a look at the current SSTs we have right now, and this is a major difference compared to what we had in early July, which is exactly why we went to that positive neutral in July, because we had a lot of disturbed warm water. But look at this. Look how cold these water. Cold water all over the South America coast to areas all the way up there. That's a huge difference. That is a very large region, because here we have Niño 1 and 2 region right here. Then we have 3 right here. Then we have 3.4 right here. And then we got 4 right here. So as you see, all the Niño region, they're really cooling off, but significantly the 1 and 2 region, which is exactly what we saw in the Enzo outlook, they're significantly cooling off. We have over a degree Celsius below average. At some point, we actually have well over 2 degrees below average in Celsius here. So really getting those cold temperatures off the coast of South America, which has significantly helped drop the status that we're at right now. We went from a positive neutral last month to now at the point where we're at a negative neutral here at a negative, almost negative 0.4. So really getting close to the La Nina status. The question is, will we keep the status from now on to fall? Because there's a equal chance of having it form a La Nina forming between August and October. So that's a big range. So August is this month, so it can form early this month, or it won't form till October. So really monitors very closely, but having a huge change here in the Niño regions here in the Central Pacific, but really cooling off right here for Niño 3.4 and Niño 4 region. But significantly cooling off in the Niño 1 and 2 region as well off the coast of South America, which is the main reason we kind of just blew up down into the chart because of how significantly this dropped these temperatures here. Keeping those warm temperatures out of the way here, so kind of blocking these temperatures out of the way, keeping that there towards off the coast of Central America. And then we have these very warm waters right here into the kind of the Southern Pacific there. But really good looking as long as we kind of block these warm waters out, kind of these warm spotches, we'll be fine. If we kind of block these out, if these little spotches of warm water turn to cold waters, we'll definitely get to that La Nina status. It's just a matter of time if it will happen or not. If you guys were wondering what I mean by dropping the chart, this is what I mean. Here's the Niño 3.4 index, which is what we use to check whether we have a La Nina or El Nino. You guys know anything above a positive 0.5 a El Nino, anything between a positive 0.5 and negative 0.5 is a neutral, and anything below a negative 0.5 is a La Nina. Like we saw in the Enzo outlook, we saw that it significantly cooled off in May, the Niño 3.4 index region. Then it kind of significantly warmed up, kind of dropped a little bit, and then it really warmed up a ton. Look how this is where we were in June. It kind of really it almost got to a La Nina status. It almost did. It actually got to La Nina status in May, but it kind of significantly warmed up in June. And then look at this. We are getting very close to La Nina status. This is where it was very promising. We were starting to see the tropics blowing up in June, that point in June. We had we just finished having Cristobal around that time. And this is crazy because we were at this point. This is where we kind of it was very promising to get La Nina, but then it blew up in late June and into early July. Look how significantly blew up from negative 0.4 to positive 0.2. That's a major significant increase. And then look what we saw now. Kind of dropped a little bit, stayed at that neutral, that 0.0. And then it kind of go down, and then it kind of went up a teeny bit, and it look how it just blew down. That's what I mean by it blowing down the chart, because it went significantly down, because these waters are really cooling off. Look, we're at a negative 0.374, almost at a negative 0.4. We actually got there a couple days ago. It's continuing to kind of go up and down and go up and down. But we're this close. This is where the La Nina status is. Hold on, that's actually a bad line. This is where La Nina status is, right here, getting very, very close to that mark there. So that's exactly what I mean by chart-wise. So here is my map here to see who we see the coldest winter for 2020 and 21. Let's go and start off now with the purple. Let's go and start off with now who we seen the coldest, really, because that's kind of the point of the video. In the purple, we have a cool fall. A cool winter. What that cool means is it's going to be slightly below average temperatures. It definitely won't be the coldest winter based on average, but it will be cooler or slightly colder than normal, so could possibly see some more frequent cold fronts in these areas. Maybe could very well as well see above average snowfall. So it's going to be, if you're in that purple, you're definitely going to be seeing a winter, obviously. It's It just won't be like a winter wonderland or anything like that. Like it's not gonna be just constant snow or constant major Arctic blasts, major cold fronts. It won't be that constant. We will be seeing some more frequent cold fronts than usual. We could very well see above average snowfall, just not by that much, really, depending where you are. But that's purple. Let's go and check out now the pink. If you're in the pink there, you're gonna be seeing a cold winter in general. We're gonna be seeing, obviously, if you're in the pink, you're gonna be seeing a lot colder of a winter than the purple. So if you're in the pink, you're gonna very well see a lot more frequent cold fronts and Arctic blasts. Could even see some clippers. Gonna be seeing some long stationary cold fronts as well. Can be a lot longer lasting and a lot stronger, which means they're probably gonna bring in a bit larger difference and a lot more temperatures that are a lot colder than their average and more frequently. So that's all over from Idaho up to Vermont. So going to be seeing a widespread area there. It's going to kind of be this winter will kind of be split from north to south instead of east to west like it usually is. But for the pink, you're definitely going to be seeing a cold winter, not the coldest winter, but you won't be that far off. And now, of course, if you're in that red, that kind of dark pink, you will be seeing the coldest winter based on your average. And maybe you might even see the coldest winter compared to every other state. So going to be seeing a very frigid winter in those areas that are in the dark pink. If you're in the dark pink, you're going to be seeing significantly cold temperatures, major clippers, Arctic blasts, stationary cold fronts. We can very well see an early winter for these areas as well, and a longer lasting winter there. Not only going to be seeing frigid cold temperatures, we're going to be seeing also very snowy for these areas as well. Going to be significantly cold. You're going to definitely feel the difference between this winter and normal winter, especially for the La Nina phase. You're going to be seeing a very cold Midwest in general, but if you add this on now, these major Arctic blasts, positive AO likely, positive Arctic oscillation, could very well see extremely frigid, cold. Going to be seeing frequent negative digits here, frequent blizzards. It's going to be a really messy, wintry-like winter for those areas there. And then check out the areas we're going to be seeing the warmest winter. In the yellow, we're going to be seeing a kind of a slightly warmer winter. It's going to be like a warmer winter. It won't be too shabby. Going to be a couple degrees above average. Could see some frequent cold fronts and warm fronts in these areas. Or not frequent cold fronts. You're going to be seeing more frequent warm fronts. I wouldn't doubt we have one or two decent cold fronts in these areas. It's just not going to be enough to average out, but we will be seeing some slightly warmer temperatures in these areas in the yellow. Won't be too shabby. It obviously won't be super duper cold and extremely frigid, especially for those areas in the southeast. But if you're like in the southern Rockies, you guys could get obviously some snow, but going to be seeing less snowfall no matter if you see snow or not from Florida up to California. We will be seeing slightly below average snow from these areas, a bit warmer here. Don't be too shabby. You kind of won't feel the difference. But if you're in the orange, you're gonna be seeing the warmest winter based on average. Could very well see some very big and frequent warm fronts for a portion of the southwest, especially with this La Nina phase. It's gonna be a lot drier, a very boring and dry and inactive winter for those areas in the southwest. Won't be seeing too many snowstorms in those areas that like we saw last fall and winter. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and bye guys.